Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you the fans can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today guys, I'm continuing the coverage on the clone conspiracy. So that means we're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 21. That's right guys, as this book features Kane. That's right. We haven't known where Kane has gone all this time, or where he's been, or what he's been up to. And, excuse me, this issue promises to give you that story. This book is written by Dan Slott and Christos Gage. The artwork is done by Giuseppe Comacoli. If you're familiar with Comacoli's artwork, he has been on the Amazing Spider-Man title for quite a while. It's pretty good artwork. His facial expressions are a little off. His jawbones are a little bit different. But nonetheless, when he draws the characters in their mask, you don't see all that, and it looks cool to see Kane in his costume again and whatnot, and it's good to see him interact with Spider-Gwen, and so really good artwork overall. I really enjoyed the book. So, what was the story about, and what's my final thoughts on this? Well, first off, we find out what's going on with Kane. What has happened to him? You know, we read the whole Spider-Verse story. We found out that he got killed. And then what happens in this issue, you find out that he's kind of reborn. He was destroyed as his other self. And he winds up emerging or being rebirthed from the creature. And he winds up living. But the problem that we find out now is that he has this degeneration again. The other kind of kept it in check where he wouldn't decay and he wouldn't die. But now he's going through that again. So what this issue does is it kind of, like I said, catches you up on the whole Spider-Verse thing, how he's reborn, and then the book really thrusts him into the whole action about this whole apocalyptic setting that's happening, and he goes from place to place to try to find cures and how to find out where the place started. And what happens is now is he comes across Spider-Gwen, and they wind up teaming up, and they're trying to work together, and you really find out if the ins and outs of this virus, if it's contagious, if it's not, you know, contagious, if Kane can spread it or whatnot. And so it was pretty cool to see these two work together. We wind up seeing one world where Peter Parker is working with Miles Warren to try to save the decayed people. And they think it's really him, but then all of a sudden the zombies wind up attacking him. So that was pretty cool to see that. And then they come across a decayed version of Kane, another version of Kane, the older version of Kane. So I thought that was pretty neat as well. And at the end of the issue, we wound up finding out that they're doing an autopsy report to try to find out more studies on the disease and whatnot. And then we get caught up to present day, where you actually see the clone or the reanimated Gwen Stacy being captured, and then putting their whole plan into place on what we saw on Clone Conspiracy issue number 2, which I thought was really neat. And then by the time we wound up getting to the end of this issue, we wound up seeing Kane back with the scruffy beard. We wound up finding out that, yes, he is possibly going to die once again, but he doesn't want to tell Gwen. So, what did I think about this issue? I thought this was a good issue. It's another great tie-in. This is the way you do tie-ins. It really comes together and it tells the whole story. However, my issue with this book is it was very scientific, and it was like all over the place. Just seeing where Kane goes to this world, and he goes to this world, and they're talking about this world, and they're talking about the other world, and we need to do this, and I can be saved, but this person can't be saved. And it just seemed a little bit too jumpy, and just the whole retelling of Kane was a little bit too quick for me. We haven't seen the character in a very long time, and we haven't seen him interact with the New Warriors, and he spit out that, oh, I left the New Warriors and they're injured and Arcely and this and that, and you're just kind of like, whoa, I'm trying to remember everything that went on. So they really, you know, really rushed the whole thing of where Kane has been, you know, expecting all these readers to, you know, be okay with that. So if you don't mind that part, I guess it was a pretty good issue. Again, it was just jumpy in itself, but it told the story and it gave you a more scientific feel of what this virus is and what it does and what happens to a person that carries this virus if you don't, I guess, save them. They completely shut down. So again, it was very scientific wise, a little bit jumpy, a little bit rushed. I could have seen this being like a 40-page issue where it told, it wouldn't rush the story so much. So that's how I felt about it. So in the end, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was good, but it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't overly great. But again, it does close the gaps for the story here. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of the Amazing Spider-Man issue 21. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like this event? Do you dislike this event? I think overall this is a good event. I think this is much better than Spider-Verse. There wasn't much going on. At least this is a real concrete story and they're trying to give you all elements of it. So again guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Don't forget to check out comicfrontline.com. Don't forget to check out our live show each and every Tuesday night, 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye.